Hey everyone, my name is McKenna, also known as Sylphic Studios, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm back with a super exciting video because I'm actually going to be trying something a little bit different today. So I'm going to be trying my hand for the very first time at recreating the original G1 screening. Usually I do all my repaints in my own signature style, but my friend Sean asked me to recreate JINAFIRE's Losing FANG vote makeup look. And of course I had to say yes, I've been wanting to recreate the original style for a really long time, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So this was the perfect opportunity to do that. But just real quick, if you guys aren't familiar with FANG Vote JINAFIRE, in 2024, Monster High had us all vote on 2 different options for her makeup, her bag, her stand, and all of those accessories and stuff. So the official doll that we have right now are all the winning options from those polls, but of course there were losing options, so my friend Sean wanted to make a losing FANG Vote JINAFIRE, if that makes sense. Recreate her with all the losing options. That's who we'll be making today. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the customizing, starting with her face up. So this is what JINAFIRE's sculpt looks like with no paint whatsoever. Usually I like to record, me removing her face, but I honestly don't know where that footage went. I feel like I say that all the time, but I could not find it. I'm thinking I just forgot to hit record, which is super annoying. But it's okay, we're just going right in and starting with her face up for today. So as always, after I removed her face, I took her outside and sprayed her with a layer of Mr. Super Clear to prime her for all of her face paint. And if you use MSC for your own dolls, please use a respirator mask. You don't want to risk breathing it in and giving yourself any medical issues, because it's definitely not worth it. So I let that dry for 30 minutes, and now I'm going in and just sketching out her face with my 0.5 mechanical pencil. And since I wasn't painting her face in my regular style today, I had to really focus on replicating the G1 style, which was honestly pretty difficult and time consuming. Every step of the way I was pausing and comparing it with the photo I had of her just to make sure that it really looked like her. But I'd say out of this whole entire face up process, drawing on her upper eyelashes and her lower lashes were probably the most difficult part. JINAFIRE's top lashes are super long and curve a very specific way, so it was kind of difficult to recreate them compared to how I normally do my lashes. After I was happy with how her eyelashes were looking, I took my dark brown watercolor pencil and started sketching in her eyebrows. And this honestly took me a couple of tries, I redid her right eyebrow a few times. But yeah, this is me just drawing in her eyebrows. And also real quick, I just wanted to apologize if you guys see my pink hair in the corner of this video. Just ignore that please. I usually have to put my face super close to what I'm doing to be able to, see what I'm doing, but for this one, since I was recreating her, I had to really be exact. So unfortunately, a lot of this process had to be cut out because my head was covering the whole frame like usual. This is how her finished face-up sketch was looking. And you guys might notice that here she's looking off to the left, but in the next clip she's looking off to the right, and that's because I did change that. My commissioner wanted her to be looking off to the right, so whenever she's next to the original FANG Vote doll, they're kind of looking at each other, which I thought was a super cute idea. So before I sealed her, I just went ahead and switched that really quick. But now we're moving on to mapping out her eyeshadow, and for this I just took my red colored pencil and kind of mapped out where her eyeshadow needed to be, because it's very precise. Usually I like to do a lot of blending with pastels and stuff for my eyeshadow, but since the G1 style was more graphic, I went ahead and just started drawing everything out. If you guys didn't know, you can actually use your watercolor pencils on a paintbrush if you wet them a little bit, so for her entire red block of eyeshadow, that's what I used. When I'm working with any sort of red tone on my dolls, I really prefer to use my watercolor pencil, because in the past I've experienced the red paint bleeding over time, which is definitely not good, especially with one of my older JINAFIRE repaints. So to avoid that, I really try to not use red paint and just use my watercolor pencil. After I blocked in the red for her eyeshadow, I added the thinner dark line on top and the thin blue line on top of her eyes, and then I went in and outlined everything with my black colored pencil. After I filled in her eyes with some white and gray paint, I also went in and just filled in her pupils with my black colored pencil as well. And then I just kept building up colors where I saw fit. This is how her face up was looking after everything was mostly blocked in. So I took her outside again, sprayed her with some more Mr. Super Clear, and now we're onto the third layer. And for this layer, I kind of just built up the darker colors of her eyeshadow on the corners here, because she does have more of a smoky eye. So I'm just taking some black pastels on my super tiny packer brush and just packing it on the ends of her eyeshadow. And to clean it up, I just took a kneaded eraser and kind of patted it around where I, didn't want it. And I of course repeated that for the other eye as well. After I was happy with her eyeshadow, I moved on to blushing her face, so I just took like a pinky, like reddish tone on my brush and just started blushing her face. I like to add blush more on like the cheekbones and like the apples of the cheeks as well, and I just kind of blend it in like that whole entire general area. So I just built that up until I was happy with how it looked. This is her face up all complete, and I am so proud of how this turned out. Like, for my first time ever recreating the G1 screening style, I am so impressed with myself. Like, I think she really looks like the original G1 style, which is my goal. But of course she's not complete without some gloss, so I just took my Liquitex high gloss varnish and varnished her eyes and her lips. And in the original face up, she has some like silvery, shimmery eyeshadow underneath her eyes, so I just took some shimmer, added that to my gloss, and also added that under her eyes as well. With all of her gloss added, this is the final face up, and again, I'm so happy with how she turned out. If you guys are wondering where the rest of the pearls are on the sides of her face, she actually doesn't have those yet. You'll have to check Sean's Instagram later for those, I'm assuming. But yeah, now that her face up is all done, I can finally remove her hair from her hair cage. So I'm just taking out all of these safety pins and the sewing pins from her head. I fixed up her hair and gave her a boil wash off camera, so now we're going to be moving on to the next step, which is her accessories. So this is the bag of clothes and accessories that Sean had given me. So I started by just taking literally everything out of the bag to see what I was working with. And I actually haven't taken the clothes off my FANG boat JINAFIRE, so I wasn't sure how her outfit pieces would look. So this was her big fluffy skirt. And then this is the bag with her dress and other just general accessories. And I was honestly so excited to see what these looked like because these were all 3D printed replicas of the losing option. So this is the little boat bag that she has. This is the original arm cuff repainted, and then her replica earrings. And this is like the main part. This headdress is so beautiful. This is the one I originally voted for. And then her little jade cloud stand. So I went ahead and got her all dressed up, and now we're adding the final finishing touches, which is painting her nails red. So I just took my red paint and just painted over where her green nails were. These are her nails all painted, so let's get her ready for her reveal. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's YouTube video, and of course a huge thank you over to Sean again for trusting me with another face up. I was honestly pretty scared to attempt this because again I had never tried recreating the G1 style before, but I had so much fun with it and I really want to do more G1 style face ups in the future. So if there's any specific screenings or like doll face ups that you guys would like me to recreate from G1, please let me know, because I really want to do some more, to be honest. Also, side note, I have no idea why right here my footage is turning like a pinky color. Like I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, in the next few weeks I'm gonna have a couple more videos out. At the time of recording this, I don't have any more dolls complete right now, but I am working on a lot, so I have a lot coming in the future. So after finishing all those projects, I'll be starting to work through my commission waitlist, which I am super excited about. I definitely have a lot of submissions to get through, but I'm so excited to work with you guys again. I will be closing down my waitlist soon just because of the amount of submissions that I have from you guys, so if you guys want to put in a submission, I highly recommend you guys do that sooner rather than later. And of course, a huge thank you to all of you guys who have submitted forms. Like, I'm seriously so excited to work with you. For the later submissions, it might take me quite a long time to get to them, but I promise I'll be working through them all. I definitely have a lot on my plate for the rest of the year and even going into next year, but I am so grateful. Like, I genuinely could not do this without you guys. So again, thank you so much. All your guys' submissions and like interest in my art like truly means the world to me. So again, thank you. But with all that being said, I think it's time to get into my little like outro spiel. So if you guys like this video and would like to see more of my content, I highly recommend following me on my Instagram and TikTok. I'm super active over on my Instagram, so if you'd like to see more of me, I recommend following me over there. And as of recently, I also have a Facebook if you guys are also on there. So I'll leave the links to all of those in the description below. And if you guys would like to support me even further, I also have a Patreon. I offer early access to my new YouTube videos whenever I actually get them edited on time, sneak peeks at future customs, and a ton of other benefits, so I will leave the link to that in the description as well. And of course, a huge thank you to all my patrons, but an extra special shout out to my paid patrons. Pumpkin Tushy, Ali Neal, Jazers, and Siri, thank you guys so much for the support over there. I really appreciate it. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys are having a good morning, night, evening, or whatever it is wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next video.